Welcome to another session of the Govern Like a Christian or GLAC podcast. This is not just a podcast, but a call to join an American revival movement. Christians are the one group in the United States of America which have not been heard from during these toxic times. It is time for us to stand up and govern like a Christian. This means we apply Christian principles to every aspect of government. The establishment Democrats keep us poor, and the establishment Republicans won't let us get rich. The far left and progressives have left all sense of societal norms and values behind. They want to diminish our right to worship and teach our children according to our religious beliefs. The far right MAGA does not mean make America great again, but rather minimize anti-God attitudes. MAGA has taken the nation right into destructive hypocrisy. This allows hypocrites to proclaim God, but govern contrary to God. Their hate-filled attitudes and chaos are attempts to return the USA to a dark time of racial divide, thus weakening the nation. Politicians on both sides try to pull us to the left or to the right, divide us, repress our freedoms, and in the end, want us to choose the lesser of two evils. That time is over. Citizens identifying as Democrats, Republicans, and Independents can now enter primaries and eventually general elections standing only on the platform to govern like a Christian. Stay with us and see how the GLAC policies are fair and align with Christian principles of how to govern and treat our neighbors fairly. As to the issue of abortion, both the left and the right, pro-abortion and pro-life, have been wrong in addressing this situation. They are both making public and dragging women into a situation that is already difficult, using them for political gain. One side seems to encourage women to have abortions as if it is a light decision and want to make it really public by setting up abortion clinics like convenience stores. The other side wants to play God and judge people, not knowing all the facts. It is hypocrisy for them to determine what is happening in a person's life when their own life is not perfect. Because of privacy protections to shield a person's health conditions from public view, individuals and government have no ability to make decisions about a person's health which they do not fully understand. As Christians, we naturally promote life, but to politicize situations in which there may be unknown health concerns, incest, or rape is not the place to stand. God stands to judge right and wrong, and does not need our help in a circumstance like this, which we are incapable of judging. There are no winners in this situation. The best solution is simply not to use government funds, but at the same time do not attempt to have the government scrutinizing how a woman feels required to deal with an issue that is so personal. This removes any public guilt for involvement or non-involvement in something that should never have been public. Medical doctors are not to be pulled into this argument and used as pawns either. No medical doctor shall be penalized for performing certain procedures, nor should medical doctors be penalized for refusing to perform certain procedures which they feel morally opposed to. Even though the government will not fund abortions, there should be no argument about funding abortions, because the organizations that have been fundraising on this issue over the years and encouraging abortions should be able to provide any needed funding. This will remove this argument of funding and more politicizing of a difficult issue from the public arena. There's so much we will be able to do when we are committed to govern like a Christian. Join us on the next GLAC podcast. Thank you for listening, and God bless.